Hello and welcome to the Sapphire Tech YouTube channel. Today we're going to have a brief overview of the Sapphire Nitro Plus 8GB version of the RX 480 to see what this card can do. So the RX 480 is a mid-range card that gives users a great entry level to get into gaming, as well as jamming in a lot of features at a reasonable price. Sapphire have always had a great knack for when it comes to build quality and a good looking design, and with the monochrome theme and configurable RGB LEDs, this card can fit into most colour schemes. The LEDs can be used for real-time diagnostics, indicating temperature or fan speed. Most of these options can be switched on the button on the side of the card, or for more customization, it's best to install the Sapphire Tricks 3.0 software. The Dual X cooler paired with its 95mm fan blades and dual ball bearings keep the card quiet and cool for long gaming sessions. Intelligent fan control means that when the card is idle or operating below 52 degrees, the fans are turned off, but as the temperature of the card rises, the fans will automatically kick in to bring down the temperature. A new feature to the Nitro range is the Nitro Quick Connect, where the fans can be removed and replaced easily to allow cleaning or in case of fan failure without the need to send the card back under warranty. Temperature wise, the card was hitting 52 when idle, and when put through benchmarks and gaming sessions it reached up to 76 degrees. To give you an idea of how loud the fans get, I recorded while I had some benchmarks running, so let's have a quick listen to what that sounds like. As the fans sped up, I did notice the volume of the fans a little bit more than I usually would on a Sapphire card, but not to an unbearable amount, and most of the time when I'm in a gaming session with my headset on, I never will notice the fans ramping up. Looking at the ports on the back, we can see this is a non-reference design with 2 display ports, 1 DVI port, and also 2 HDMI ports 2.0B, which offers a VR friendly option for the RX 480, so you can have a HD monitor plugged in while you're running your VR headset. The card requires one 8-pin power connector, and Sapphire do recommend using a 500W PSU. The card is also using Black Diamond Chokes Mark IV, which reduce the coil temperatures by 15% over the previous versions. That helps the card be more stable for longer periods of time and reduces coil whine. The RX 480 is filled with goodies such as DirectX 12 optimization, as well as HDR, which is high dynamic range, which vastly expands the range of colours and contrast ratios, making things really pop out more. And if you feel that you're lacking performance on the 480, you can always add in another 480 with Crossfire. Then there's AMD FreeSync, and when paired together with a FreeSync monitor, synchronizes your FPS and display refresh rate, resulting in ultra smooth gameplay with zero screen tearing, which I must say feels incredibly nice. So let's get on with some benchmark and gaming results, and starting off with Grand Theft Auto at 1080p. On very high settings we scored an average frame rate of 81, and at 1440p we scored 66 frames on average, a great result all round. Moving on to Deus Ex Mankind Divided at 1080p on ultra settings, the card scored an average of 47 frames, and at 1440p the average frame rate was 32. Personally, I like a few more frames coming through, so I think it's worth dropping the textures down, and when I tried medium and high settings it still looked amazing but gave a much smoother experience. Overwatch at 1080p on epic settings handles brilliantly at 94 frames on average, even when those big chaotic fights break out. But for me, when it comes to playing any competitive multiplayer, I like to have solid frame rates of around 144 or above. So I toned down the texture details to high and did some more testing and got an average frame rate of 182 frames, which gives a stellar gaming experience. I feel as if this card offers a great deal of flexibility, especially for the price point that it's at. If you're striving for those higher details, you can definitely achieve them at 1080p no problem whatsoever, and if you're looking to branch out further, you can definitely reach 1440p on most games, providing that you don't mind turning down a few textures here and there. Now if you're more of a competitive online gamer like myself and striving for those fixed solid frame rates, again this card can do it no problem without breaking that bank. Now I thoroughly recommend this mid-tier card, but I thoroughly recommend that you do your own homework and make sure to check out the research out there to find out what is the best card for you when you're looking for a new one.